Hey guys, this is Travis and Kyle Balitz with BeyondBipolarBlog.com. Today is going to be a medication review called Auvelity. It is actually an antidepressant that I figured I'd try, and the bottom line is it just didn't work for me. The only reason why I tried it is because I mentioned Wellbutrin steroid, and he said something about Auvelity. So basically it's a 45 milligram of Dextromethorphan hydrobromide and 105 milligrams of bupropion hydrochloride. So basically when I first started it, which was maybe the 27th of last month, which was May, and today is maybe 3 weeks later, June 17th. And like I said, bottom line is just didn't work for me. I've had a lot of issues from the beginning, and the only reason why I decided to try a new medication is because for the last month and a half since Easter and the couple weeks before, I was having very excruciating eye strain and sensory issues with my ears, everything with light sensitivity to loud noises, dogs barking, you name it, music or people talking. It was just, everything was overwhelming. And I'm beginning to think that maybe I've hit my head, and I know I did at my mom's house. I hit like one of her cupboards in the bathroom because I was actually weighing myself and I was gonna put clothes on.
Was it really hard hit?
I don't know. The only reason why I mentioned is because I went to the ER doc and I told her, and she basically said, "Have you hit your head?" And I said no because I forgot. Man, I don't think too much about hitting myself. I've done it before and I never thought too much about it, but I've never had issues with Zymbalta for 7 years primarily, and it was so bad that I figured, well, maybe it is the Zymbalta. So I ended up trying Avaletti, and I've also was on Wellbutrin, like I explained before, and that was actually the second medication that I've tried. Sadly, I was only on Wellbutrin antidepressant, and I was already diagnosed bipolar a year before, but I thought I'd give this a shot. But in the end, I ended up with pretty bad psychosis, and that's when I first wanted to hang myself. In 2009, of maybe June, after I quit school, quit work, and just everything went into turmoil and went over that. So I figured, well, if I'm on an antipsychotic and a mood stabilizer right now, I figured, well, why don't I give Wellbutrin a shot again? So I figured, well, this newer medication actually might benefit me. So maybe I started the 27th of last month, and at first, basically I had to titrate down from Zymbalta for 2 days from 90 to 60, and then 30 to one pill of 45 milligrams of Auvelity, and then later 2 pills, which I never ended up going on because I was just pretty miserable. And the first time I tried it was really tired. At first I didn't sleep well at all, and I figured, well, maybe it is working. But then after a while I was starting to succumb to more depression and more SI, and it was just getting worse, and I was just really, really tired. So I ended up switching that to the night for maybe a couple days, or 5 or 6 maybe even. And I thought it helped during the day where I'd be sleepy, but in the end, I was experiencing a lot of low moods and tiredness and the sensory issues of using my computer. That was really challenging because it's probably the worst side effect I've ever had. Another side effect is not only going off the Zymbalta, it can cause like side effects like nausea or dizziness, or like I was having issues with whenever I was moving direction with my eyes, I would get dizzy and I would have to lay down all the time. And I believe that was a precursor for getting off the Zymbalta, since that is something that's called discontinuation syndrome, and that's probably what I was experiencing. But anyways, that also was an onset, and I believe what had most of the issues that I was really struggling with was the nausea I was experiencing while driving and riding in a car, as well as the tiredness, and most importantly, the lack of ability to use the computer because the sensory issues were really problematic. And you know, for the most part, I had my last straw on Friday, and I decided to tell Dad that I'm just gonna go off it and gonna go back to Zymbalta. So I went, caught it cold turkey on Friday night, and I basically started Zymbalta that morning for 60 milligrams and then back to 30 at night. And I feel much more relieved. Maybe the sensory issues went away after maybe the damage to my brain from hitting it. I don't know. Can't say that's what caused it or what helped alleviate after some time, but I do know for certain after I've been off Zymbalta for a while and gone back on it, I feel like maybe 80 to 85% back to normal, so I can't really complain too much about it. It's just that I've been really, really struggling, and it's been happening the last two and a half months or 3. So it just kind of hit me like a brick, and I'm hoping for a better early summer because spring didn't treat me well at all. And surprisingly, I was good January. So anyways, I just want to head to Kyle. Maybe he has something else to add that he has experience discussing or regarding the side effects I was experiencing and my time overall, and maybe his time regarding the infraction that I was experiencing throughout the whole.
Yeah, so Avaletti, now what do you feel like? You don't feel like you are poverty of the mind like before?
Yeah, I guess that's another
money than
I
me,
felt,
or what?
You know, I actually have a lot.
Even though we doing voice division or a videography work for the university.
I would just felt this, I call it poverty of the mind, as Kyle kind of coined it as well, is that you just feel like no matter what you do, you don't have enough money, and you feel like, you just feel like this fear of just this fear and anxiety that overwhelms you, and that's what I was experiencing. So largely speaking, that went away. I'm not really experiencing that.
So you don't feel
I
like...
usually thought that, oh, I need to get a job, things like
Yeah.
that, and oh, that's the reason. But in the end, if I can't even get up to function, I don't see myself being able to function at that, starting from no job for 10, 11 years to maybe, 13 years to hitting it head honcho. It didn't seem realistic. I mean, when I was at my mom's, I was thinking like, oh, toothpaste, I don't want to go to Walmart, it costs too much money. I was starting to feel like crap, and that's when I first loaded these videos. So actually, worth mentioning, I ended up crying in front of the camera because I thought that if I talk about it that I'd feel better, but I ended up talking about my dad dying and how uncomfortable and how sad I was at mom's house, and that kind of just ended it there, literally, on why I totally just stopped the medication, because obviously it wasn't benefiting me at all.
So you think you'll be okay watching Mom Cat, or you're not going to because of the different...
Honestly, I feel like if Kyle wants to watch it one more day, I don't know. He has all this stuff there, and that's the only reason why I feel like maybe one more day there, and then he can come home Monday, and then Tuesday we head up there, because we got like I said, we got a video project with this really, really nice.
And it's our highest paid video project ever.
Yeah, so
it's not like, I don't know. See, I've been feeling like what Travis was maybe in May, where I felt like I had to just toss everything, because I felt like my passion for art, videos, music, to an extent, like everything died. So I felt like I had to do something totally different. I didn't know what to do to be totally different to make that financial income. But I feel like now that we have these paid projects, I already got paid by a book project, and I got paid for my mom for doing a video editing job for her, and now we're getting paid, which looks really good. We're working with a bunch of highly educated people, and I feel like in the end it makes us look good, and I feel good doing it. So I'm excited for it, and I hope we can find more video projects or whatever that could help support us. I asked Travis, maybe videos, doing this isn't his passion, maybe it was causing it. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, so basically poverty of the mind didn't matter if I had these video projects or whatever. I just simply couldn't get myself into it, and that was a huge problem, probably because of the computer eye strain for one thing. And I had more of my reasons and hobbies and passions for music, and I wanted to get back to making music, so that's what I did. Was it Saturday, I believe, that I was just on music the whole day, and Kyle was actually surprised. So once I stopped the drug, I was like, nah, let's just do what I really want to do, and that's make music, and that's what happened.
So you're not experiencing concussion-like symptoms of what you were before then? Or
no, I don't. That's what's strange. I feel like I'm preoccupied, yeah, but even having that job probably wasn't enough to keep me cool at all. I was just pretty miserable.
You still
sadly.
feel like a kid.
I am a kid. Basically, I'm a kid, and I haven't grown up yet. I reached a bond the point of a toddler, and I'm above a fetus, which is Bailey, and that's Nancy's dog because she hasn't been able to grow up beyond a fetus. So
Did you describe where we're actually at today?
So anyways, we're at the Stone Arch Bridge. It's a pretty famous bridge, I don't know, between two different flour mills, and I mean, I think that's the Orpheum, right? Or
Yeah,
what is that theater?
That's some theater.
So that's the Guthrie, sorry. So anyways,
Roseberry Theater.
it looks really nice here, and that's kind of why we did some shots here. But
So did you have any other ideas that you wanted to
So
talk about
basically,
since the med issue, or
everyone
what else you want to talk about?
who's on medication will experience different things. I mean, for me, which is strange, or only also another reason why I tried Avaletti is because Wellbutrin was actually considered a class of drug that I should be able to tolerate. I did try this gene site test that the nurse practitioner just recommended I do. And since I didn't want to do TMS, she thought this was the first thing. So I saw Wellbutrin on there, and surprisingly Zymbalta, which I've been on 7 years, which showed up that I won't metabolize that very well. But I don't know, you can't really trust those things, I don't think.
So
Gene site test is kind of just far-fetched to me, and you just got to try something to really experience whether it works or not. So psychiatrists might think it's a thing, but it might be a ploy for them to make money. I don't know, but I still feel that, you know, you got to try something that works and keep trying.
So you wanted to talk, maybe we should address about that, whatever, that shock therapy and that other EDM therapy. And there's other people that reached out to me. One was a therapist, and she said that, and our friend suggested this certain neuro therapy or something.
Neurofeedback, maybe?
Neurofeedback, and I'm wondering if you're interested in that. Is that the next step?
I hate to say it,
Or
I'm
what are
actually
you doing?
leaning.
And you looked up BetterHelp.
I'm
too.
honestly leaning on the side of TMS, and I was actually
Not neurofeedback?
I was gonna actually talk to you because I wanted to see, since it's so far away, that I'd get you to actually do it too, and maybe it'll help you.
I'd rather do neurofeedback than shock therapy, though.
So I guess you'd rather do neurofeedback, but do you even know what that is?
Oh, it said it helped our friend, so
Well,
I think it's better because it's closer.
What does it do though?
I don't know. It's like some physical. It's actually not just a therapy where they like talk to you. It's actually a physical thing that they do with the brain. So
if it's
so we have multiple things: the TMS, neurofeedback, and then I think EDM or something that they were talking about. And you looked up BetterHelp, and it was really expensive.
Yeah, like sadly, BetterHelp was like, I even showed it to Nancy. BetterHelp was like $240 for like 3 or 4 sessions. It's just, they don't even accept insurance. So what's the deal with that? They always promote get help, see a therapist whenever you want, things like that, but they don't accept
Basically,
insurance.
it's for people that are privileged and have money.
So, I mean, yeah, I really thought I needed one, but in the end, I ended up feeling like, no, I don't want to spend that much money. So I don't know, it just wasn't worth it. BetterHelp, really look into it, guys. I mean, you're probably better off seeing a local therapist
that takes insurance.
That's within your network.
So, anyways,
I guess you feel like you'd rather do shock therapy over the one that or our friend suggested then.
I never heard of it. That's why the thing. I never heard of neurofeedback.
Why don't you just want to try it?
I don't know what it is. What is it though?
She says that it's something physical that they do to help your brain.
What, like squeezing it, massaging it,
Maybe, I don't know, something.
Yeah, so Kyle doesn't even know what it is. So
I feel like it's less intrusive than the shock therapy, though.
Yeah, in shock therapy, you got to be there like 3 weeks, 5 days
That's what I mean.
in a row every day. It takes 15 minutes, but the drive is like 45, and with traffic, it could take like 2 hours to get back and forth. And I don't get up till 10 or 11, so it's like I need at least 2 hours to 3 hours to help do things for my dad since I have responsibilities, and then 2 or 3 hours at the gym, and my days are totally wasted. But at the same time, like, I guess the gym has to go at night for like 3 weeks at a time, and I don't know. I highly doubt they even pay for
this
you
one
know, gas.
accepts insurance though for the one we're doing neurofeedback though.
They do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I'll have to look into.
I'd rather do neurofeedback than shock, because I think shock's more intrusive to me.
So, anyways, Kyle thought we tried neurofeedback, so I might as well just give it a shot and see what happens. So, anyways, anything else you want to add?
I think that's all that we addressed. We had fun today.
All right, so Avaletti, 3 out of 10 stars.
And what's the one you're on now?
And Zymbalta, maybe 8.5 out of 10 stars.
And you don't think that's causing any of the sensory overload?
Nah,
Let's have to wait and see.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know. Maybe I just had this rush to music and got re-inspired after the traumatic event at my mom's house on Friday. So who knows? Stay tuned. Maybe there'll be an update. But I figure people want an update and a review on the latest medication called Auvelity. It's a bupropion and some other med I can't remember, but it's a mixture of the med and it's new. Supposedly it doesn't cause weight gain and helps people. So give it a shot. But this is just my feedback. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button for future videos if you're interested. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Take care, guys.
안녕하세요. Hello, this is Travis and Kyle. We are both artists and we focus on hyperrealistic drawings, acrylic work, airbrush work. So I also wanted to mention that we actually have our own channel as well. Our channel is Korean Adoptee Stories and we interview a lot of adoptees. We found that with adoption there's quite a few adoptees that struggled, unfortunately, and did not have the best kind of life, and a lot of them had mental health issues. We felt like it was important because we kind of struggle with that